What's up, citizens of Gotham? My name is Graham Elwood, the political vigilante. I'm enjoying a delicious smoothie. Went on a bike ride today. Really good. It's about 5:35 Pacific time, 8:35 on the East Coast. What's up, everybody? Gamer for Life. What's up, Backyard Politics? Check out the show Backyard Politics. Nikki is doing some great work. Just exposing it's going to just exposing neo-Nazis in Oregon. That's all she's doing. Just fighting Nazis in Oregon. Oh boy. Fucking Nazis won their court case. I hate Illinois Nazis. What movie? All right. Thanks, Kate. I got this. Kate's my moderator. If she blocked you, you did something to deserve it. And if you're going to go over her head, ain't going to work. Oh, we haven't had a smoothie breakdown in a while. Let's break it down. Unsweetened organic rice milk. Came across some rice milk. Don't usually go rice milk. For rice milk, a little too sweet for me, a little too thin. It's all right in a smoothie. Organic blueberries. About a quarter of an organic banana. Organic strawberries. This is all frozen, of course. Organic power greens. Organic unsweetened peanut butter. Vegan protein powder. Powdered greens, B12s. And then, yeah, like I said, vegan protein powder. We just call it ammo for the vegan guns. Buckle up. D's organic nuts. What's up, Truth to Tweet? Jonas, Eric, what's up, everybody? Hit the like button. I was trying to stream live on Rockfin. They changed their stream key, and I didn't notice it until after I went live. And I would have had to have cut the live stream to go back to simulcast on Rockfin. So I'm sorry about that. I'll get that fixed before I stream again tomorrow. But right now we're just streaming on YouTube and Facebook. What's up? I should put out a vegan cookbook. Nice. Shane Graham, hello. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Cat B, what's up? How you doing, Cat? This is a copper straw, so when you make a fruit smoothie with frozen fruit, straw gets cold. Frozen straw. It's so goddamn good. I'm sorry. Big Kale pays me to drink this. Smoothies are perfect. You know what I mean? Like surfing, you catch this wave and it's just perfect. It's like a smoothie. It's just perfect. Like watching a beautiful dancer. It's like a smoothie. Watching fake progressives in the Democratic Party vote for Pelosi. It's just perfect. It's a perfect sellout. Oh. Vegan power, baby. You got that right. Brain freeze. Ah. 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 It's okay. We'll be all right. Just riveting viewing, I'm sure. Just ow. Oh, another brain freeze. Like froze my eyeball. Good Lord. Who does that? Boom. All right. Oh. Oh, I know. Now they're crying. They're late being called fraud squad. It's not fair. It's mean. And they're trying to play this card that it's like a bunch of burn bros. Like it's sexism and racism. It's like, oh, really? Another slap in the face to all these women and people of color that are equally pissed off that the squad did this and are calling them fraud squad. It's just such nonsense, man. They're such crybabies. I can't even fucking handle it. Like, get the fuck out. Such fuck. BK, boom. What's up, BK? Shave your knuckles for justice. Great way to support the show is do what BK did. Hit the dollar icon button in YouTube. Those there are some people watching on Facebook. Hello on Facebook. You cannot donate through Facebook, to my knowledge, but you can go to YouTube. Keep speaking up for people, Graham. You demand. Oh, thank you. I try. North American ape. Shave your knuckles for justice. Weird. A broke mofo like me can drive down to DC for force the vote and action for Assange, but where was TYT? Oh, TYT didn't have any people on the ground. That's weird. Yeah, TMR and Jacobin. I'm sure their flights got delayed. I know. Status Quo's there. Convo Couch is there. TYT couldn't do it. Couldn't get anyone down there. So good. Smoothies are horrible. You are at the wrong show, friend. How dare you? How dare you? I don't know if I like having a smoothie denier in the chat. Seems like kind of a crime. What do we got? 302 people watching. 302 people watching. 145 likes. Let's hit the like button. Let's get that like button going. Boom, 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 boom. Share this on your social media, which helps get more viewers. Ow, 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 bow, bow. All right. I'm just retweeting on Twitter. Boom, 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 boom. All right. They sold us out for committee seats. It's so they're so lame. They're so lame. And now they're saying fraud squad's mean. Fraud squad's mean. That's a mean term. Yeah, your own base, the people that helped get you elected, are pissed off at you, and now they're playing identity politics. It's burn bros. It's a bunch of white guys. Really? I see all these women and people of color on Twitter just like calling them fraud squad. It's like unbelievable. They're literally playing the burn bro card. Oh, unreal. Rich people cast the Uki spell on them squad. Mark Dansky, shave your knuckles for justice. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. TYT got a $20 million investment. Of course they couldn't get two people in a camera there. Yeah, I know. It's too much to ask for. Cenk is too busy sending out. Moonshine accepts kale. Lucky Burrito Art and Music, Shaver Knuckles for Justice. Fraud Squad is Obama 2.0 vote. Any progressive will do. Similar, like I heard this before, somewhere like vote blue no matter who. Strange, huh? For hashtag fraud TYT. Yeah, I know. It's just like the same old nonsense. Yeah, I think Sharif Snuggs, I don't know if he's in the chat today, but he put something out there that he's going to start protesting in front of AOC's office every day until she forces the vote for Medicare for all. And I hope he's got a hashtag fraud squad out there on his sign. I want a photo of a black man holding up that sign. So it's like, oh, I thought it was only Burn Bros doing this. It's like unreal. Danny Knapp, what's up, Danny? Shave your knuckles for justice. Do you think Cenk will try to hit Jimmy back? He better lay down and take the L, in my opinion. I don't know. Cenk is an ego driven. It's all about his ego. It's not about a movement. It's not about changing anything. He just wants money and power, and that's clearly what this is about. I mean, that's why he took the $20 million. He overexpanded. I mean, a bunch of people have left TYT because they just got sick of Cenk and how they were treated. I did aggressive or progressive numerous times, and I was never paid. The last 3 or maybe 2 or 3 times, they paid us like $100 to guest host it. When Jimmy had stepped down and they were still there, and Ron and I would like rotate in and do it, I got $100 like 2 or 3 times from them. On a show that was behind a paywall that Jimmy had grown, got $100. But anytime I was a panelist, never got anything. So it's just nuts. They're part of the problem. It's unreal. Their petty bullshit got in the way of if everyone, imagine if TYT and everybody would have got on board with this. And as I said, had Cenk come up with this idea, Jimmy would have got behind it. I would have got behind it. I would have said it's a good idea. We all would have got behind it. But they're little egos. They're like dumb little egos. They're the worst. I mean, it's literally what Chris Hedges said in the book, Death of the Liberal Class. It was these liberal elites that really helped the Nazis come to power. They won't hold anyone accountable. And they're playing identity politics. They just sound like, Anna Kasparian sounds like Neera Tanden. It's unreal. Like, they're so beholden to the Democratic Party. It makes no sense to me. This is a network that endorsed Liz Warren. Wow. Sets. Shave your knuckles for justice. On my next visit stateside, I'm going to wear my Medicare card on my chain around my neck like a baller. You absolutely should. Deha. Shave your knuckles for justice. Also, a broke mofo took the bus to D.C. for Force the Vote March. Status coup, Convo Couts, Jackson Hinkle, Gray Zone, Lee Camp, Nick Brana, TYT, nowhere. I know. All the Convo Couch went all the way out there. All those other groups, they're all on the East Coast, but TYT couldn't get anybody out there? Status coup covers shit all over the country, man. Even in this pandemic, they couldn't get anyone out there. I know. It's unreal. Shank said if they ever get too big or sell out, someone else will come up to replace TYT. Yeah, looks like Jimmy's doing that. Respionado, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Slow News Day and A4A are the West Coast. Okay. Savage Joy was there, of course. Yep, they're just so... Yeah, I'm glad Jimmy left TYT too. He and I talked about it for a long time while he was still there. He's like, it sucks. I was like, just leave. Why do you need them? Cat B, speaking of sounding like Niratanda, Nomiki tweeted today that Jimmy and Candace Owens will probably start a podcast. She tweeted that today? God damn it. Unbelievable. No, Jimmy had Nomiki on her show and helped promote her. I've had her on my show and helped promote her, told people to vote and donate to her campaign and everything. When, you know, a year or so ago, we were all like, yeah, get every progressives, get all the progressives in there. Unfucking believable. They're horrible people, I guess. I guess Nomiki Konst, I thought she had some integrity. I don't know her personally. Like I said, I've had her on my show once. I interviewed her once. And, you know, when she said or did things that I didn't quite agree with, I wouldn't call her out or whatever. But now, like, she can go fuck herself, man. She's equating Jimmy Dore to Candace Owens. Jimmy Dore wants Medicare for all because he has a degenerative bone disease that bankrupted him and his wife. He literally was 5'10", and he like stepped down and crushed his spine. He lost 3 inches out of his spine. He's now 5'7". I'm 5'10". Jimmy and I were the same size. And now he's shorter than me because of that bone disease. And Nomiki Khan says this, like, unfollow all these people online. Unfollow them. Don't give them any money. Like, let them wither away into obscurity. They're fucking useless. They're useless people. They're just bad, awful people. It's unbelievable. I guess they're just bad people. I like, it's not hard to go, yeah, there's a lot about Jimmy I don't agree with, but this is a good idea. I mean, Sam Cedar did it initially, and then, of course, he flip-flopped because he's just an opportunist as well, I guess. But unreal. Like, all the people Jimmy has helped. AOC being one of them. AOC being one of them. What a bunch of little worms. What a bunch of little parasite, little worms, little petty, little small people. It's unreal. Jimmy got mad. Yeah, you should be mad. There's 60,000 people every year that die because they don't have health care. That should infuriate you. You should be incensed by that. You're not mad. You're mad. I mean, you're mad that a comedian said mean words? A comedian got angry and yelled? Oh, no. I mean, sure, 60,000 dead bodies that could fill a football stadium. Yeah, that's bad. But this is like the way the news and the All Lives Matter people cover the George Floyd protests. Yeah, George Floyd getting shot was bad. Getting killed was bad. They killed him. But the riot, the looting, that's what's the worst. No. The looting's unfortunate. I'm sorry it happened. It literally happened blocks away from where I live in Santa Monica. But cops murdering unarmed black men, that's disgusting and an outrage, and you should be infuriated at that. And you should understand the rage that fueled the riots and the looting. Some of those people were just stealing. They just wanted money. They didn't care about any causes. Yeah, because they've got nothing. Everything's been taken from them, and they know the cops could kill them at any time. They've got no money, no school, no nothing. So people are dying because they don't have health care, and you're mad at a comedian who yelled about it? AOC said, make people in power uncomfortable. And then when she was made uncomfortable, she said, Jimmy's mean. He said, fuck AOC. That's an act of violence. No, it's not. No, it's not. People have said, fuck Graham Elwood. He sucks. He's unfunny. I've gotten emails. I hope you die a fiery death, because they just didn't like my comedy. I've had like threats. I'm going to break into your house. Some guy, I'm going to break into your house and do like I had to call the police on some people. Saying fuck Graham Elwood is not an act of violence. And I've heard that said to me thousands of times. So if you can't handle that in Congress, kindly, with all due respect, I don't want to yell. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. In the most gender neutral way, get the fuck out of Congress, you crybaby bitch. Okay, thank you. Sorry, rainbows and unicorns. Like, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Like, it's amazing to me. Like, all the years I've watched sports, especially professional sports, when like a head football coach in the NFL has a shitty season, the fans boo, they scream at this guy. They say, get the fuck out. The sports radio talk shows are just lit up with, this guy sucks. He's got to go. Now with social media, this guy fucking sucks. Fuck this guy. Get him the fuck out of there. He's the worst fucking coach ever. And the guy gets fired and goes, yeah, we lost. I sucked. He doesn't go, boy, people were mean. It's an act of violence. We got to wait for a committee. That's why my team was 2-14. No, you suck. You're a shitty coach. Oh, wait a minute. Unreal. Yeah, AOC is clearly a hypocrite on this entire issue. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, climate change and extinction. Exactly. The climate is collapsing. But yeah, a comedian said mean things. I know the climate's collapsing. I know there's people living on the street. I know there's a bunch of looming evictions. I know cops are killing unarmed black people. I know that our for-profit healthcare system commits acts of violence and murder every day on the American people. But Jimmy's was mean. Jimmy said mean things. Congress shouldn't be this mean. It shouldn't be this hard. Congress shouldn't be hard. You said mean things. I said I was going to fight for you, and when I didn't, you got mad at me. I thought when I got to Congress, I was going to get a pony. Blog 101. Boom. Hi, Graham. We have a new idea for a Shatner song. Smoothie operator. I'm a smoothie operator, coast to coast, LA to Chicago. LA's on the coast. Chicago's not on the coast. This song is a lie. BK, boom. Shave your knuckles for justice. I bet you they will call Jimmy a Russian agent next, just like they did with Katie Halper. Boutique left made me sick. Yeah, they're the worst. They are the worst. They are a bunch of they are such hypocritical crybabies. Yeah, those protesters who blocked the courthouse today was the shit. Yeah. I know. Oh, I missed a couple. Sorry. Sam Dean, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Breaking news, Trump campaign spreading disinformation in a text to supporters. Is it true that voting machines stopped working earlier in Georgia today? Are Dems trying to steal this election? Jesus, Trump is out of his mind. He's so nuts. 267 likes, folks. Let's get that up to 300. John Coyne. What's up, Johnny? Graham, you know that Jimmy yells and that yelling is mean, don't you? Yelling is mean. You're yelling at me now, John. Stop it. Stop yelling. Asking me a question is an act of violence. Mitch Osborne. What's up, Mitch? Shave your knuckles for justice. When Jimmy asked Omiki, what do you say when people say you are establishment? She scoffed and couldn't even acknowledge it. Hilarious. Exactly. They just can't handle that Jimmy's calling them out. They just can't handle it. And rather than admit wrong, their fault, or try to change their thing, it's just, they got to keep attacking him. They're just like crazy Trump supporters. I mean, like, they think they're so woke and all this. It's just like, how are you any different? You're attacking a guy with a degenerative bone disease. Unreal. Yeah, no, Mickey is a warmonger. Emotion creates change. Yes, it does. We stream and like on my account, and my husband's double the like, support independent media. Right on. Yeah, no, Mickey's a clickmonger. Exactly. Do I think the People's Party is ready for 2022? I hope so. It seems like they are. They've been working on this for a while now. Looks like they're getting their infrastructure in place. I hope so. I can tell you this. Yeah, we all rooted for the squad when they first got in, and then they sold us out. I know. Here's my thoughts. I'll just give you like personal experience with the People's Party. So when Ron and I started doing the Progressive Comedy Tour in 2018, we said, Ron and I talked about it. We said, we don't just want this to just be comedy shows. We want it to be like activism, get people involved. So we reached out to progressive candidates that were running, and they were like, like Amy Vilela came to our show in November, or in Nevada, in Las Vegas, and one of our first shows, and talked to people after the show. Showed up. We let her speak at the end of our show, and I think there's one other guy running for another district, and we gave her, we ask her questions after the show, and we reached out to like the DSA and the Green Party and Movement for a People's Party in all of these cities. And the DSA showed up pretty consistently. And the Green Party, to be honest, it was disappointing. In a lot of cities, they just were no-shows. Some cities showed up, the Green Party of whatever state or town, they had their shit together, but a lot of cities and states didn't. But Movement for People's Party was at almost every show. They were really well organized. They were at every show, just about. Them and the DSA were like almost at every show. And Ron and I noticed it. And we would talk about how we were a little frustrated with the Green Party and how the Green Party hasn't and I love the Green Party. Look, I voted for Jill Stein. I voted for Greens in this last election on a local level. I voted for Greens for 30 years. But I would like to see them have a better national infrastructure and a plan in place to try to get Greens and local elections and stuff like that. It seemed just in some places, and for some people, it's just this sort of protest vote. Like, oh, I'm with the Green Party, but we're not going to really try to win. We're just going to say, I'm a Green. We don't like the Dems or the Republicans, so I'm a Green, but not really try to win. And that was the thing I noticed about the Green Party. And I've mentioned that before on the show. But again, I'm glad this young kid, 26-year-old Green, won the mayor of Baldwin Park, which is a suburb of LA. So I support the Greens, but that's my legitimate criticism of them. What I saw from the People's Party was pretty well organized machine. There was the draft Bernie movement that switched to movement for a People's Party. And, Nick Brana and the people around him seem like they really got a good thing going. We'll see. I hope so. And valid questions should be asked. Somebody on Twitter today was like, Graham, I want to know what their stance is on reparations for slaves, for, ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery. And he said the Green Party has a very clear stance. And he took a screen cap of the Green Party stance. They are in favor of reparations. And I said, fair question, dude. I'll ask Nick Brana and Movement and People's Party the next time I talk to him. So that's what you should do. Many of you have had questions for the People's Party, like Graham, what are they going to do about election integrity? All great questions. Let's ask them. I think we've all been burned so many times this past Sunday. Again, not that Sunday shocked me or any of us for the most part. I wasn't shocked by what happened Sunday. But yeah, let's ask, let's, if this is truly the People's Party, then that means it's our party. So we need to go deep dives on it. We need to ask them tough questions. We need to say, like, what the fuck is this? Is this for real? Or is this just another sort of Democrat light? Like, what is it? We got to ask those questions. And like I said, if they want me to run, I will, but I'm going to have long talks and conversations with them, so it's cool. Emblem Fate. Identity politics is worse than white supremacy, in my opinion. I see Obama compared to X. You're replacing history I love with something I hate. You're erasing it. Yeah, I know. John V. Shave your knuckles for justice, John. Thank you so much for supporting our program. Boom, 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 boom. Let me read a couple super chats here. Then we're going to do some segments. Plantastic Life, what's up? Good to see you in the chat. Haven't seen you in forever. 497 people watching. Hit the like button, kids. Get that likes. We have 302 likes. I love it. Let's get it up to 400. The squad believes in fighting for Medicare for all. They're just waiting for the right time. Maybe the next pandemic will be the right time. What the fuck? I know. Exactly. I know. And that's the thing. Anyone that was critical of Jimmy, it's like, now's not the time. It's always like, so when? What's your plan? When is the right time? We're in the middle of a pandemic. 2,000 to 3,000 people die every day. In LA County, there's not one single available hospital bed. Not one. The economy shut down. We're facing evictions. And I've talked about this before, there's a pension crisis. There's a book that came out before the pandemic, Who Stole My Pension? I forget the name of the author, but I saw him on a YouTube show today. I was watching one of those Robert Kiyosaki videos, and he interviewed this guy. And the guy said, overall, on average, pension funds throughout America are only 70% funded, meaning they only have 70% of the pensions they're supposed to pay. And something in the neighborhood of 2.5 billion people, this is worldwide, are turning 65 in the next year or two. Which means there's millions, tens of millions going to be turning 65 in the next year in America, and they don't have their pensions. And they had this guy on the show who was from UPS, and he was getting, the pension was $4,000 to $5,000 a month after you retire. That's not a bad pension. They cut it to $900 because they gambled away the pensions. And this is why I'm watching all these financial people been talking since the summer. There was all these bubbles, all these financial problems before COVID, and COVID has only made them worse. One of the reasons I started learning about crypto, and I told all of you, start getting more knowledgeable about crypto. Do your own research. It's why I started buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin over the summer, when I first started talking about it on this show, was at about $10,000, $11,000 a coin. Today, it was somewhere around $33,000. Let's check the price right now. So that means it's gone up 3 times the amount. If you would have taken your $1,200 government $34,107 right now. Ethereum at over 1,082. Litecoin 157. Bitcoin Cash 417. All these numbers are up from the summer. If you would have taken your $1,200 and put it and bought Bitcoin with it in April, it would now be worth about $3,600. 3,700, somewhere in there. So the point is when do we do this? It's the economy. It's only going to get worse. We're not even there yet. We're heading into a full-blown depression. We're not there yet. But now's not the time to say mean things to force the vote for Medicare for all. Now's not the time. I mean, and now the squad's playing identity politics because Jimmy said mean things. I mean, if you can't handle this, get the fuck out. And you can't handle this? I mean, again, I use professional sports. It's like, boy, we went on the road and the other team was booing us. Hey, man, when your team starts losing really bad and they don't like the coach, you get booed by your home team. That's dumb. That's sports. And if your football team loses, it's not like you lose your health care and your family dies. So this is real life shit. This is 10 times, 1,000 times more important than fucking sports. Sports is just entertainment. There's people dying. So you should be furious because the squad, and this is they're targeting the squad because they're women of color. No, they're the most known people. Find me someone in the Progressive Caucus that has 11 million Twitter followers like AOC. Find me them. Can you name the members of the Progressive Caucus? I can't. I don't know who the fuck they are, but I know who the squad is because they helped brand that. They pushed that out there. The press got behind it. So they have a lot of power. If you're in Congress, you have a lot of power. If you're in Congress with 11 million Twitter followers, you have a crazy amount of power. So it's not that we're being mean to girls or white guys are threatened by women of color. No, you are in power and you're not doing it. You know, when I said Bernie in March, when Bernie dropped out and endorsed Joe Biden, I called him a sellout. He's fucking sold us all out. Oh, does this suddenly mean I hate Jewish people? Am I anti-Semitic for saying that? I mean, Jimmy Dore said, fuck AOC. You know what? Fuck AOC. Fuck Bernie. Fuck Tulsi. Fuck the squad. Fuck the Democratic Party. Fuck Mitch McConnell. Oh, by the way, this is not an act of violence saying fuck these people. See, this is equality, squad. You want to play this game? This is equality. I don't like you equally. Actually, I'm a little more disappointed and more angry with you because you promised. Mitch McConnell didn't promise me shit. Mitch McConnell never said shit to me. Lindsey Graham, those vapid wastes of space, never promised me dick. You promised me. I'm going to fight for Medicare for all. You said it. I could bring up quotes and video clips all goddamn day. We've all seen them. You promised us that. We all helped you get elected. I donated your campaign. I told people to donate and support. You said, we get more AOCs in Congress. We all said that. I said it's on the show. There's dozens of videos where I said that. I helped you. And now you can't even vote against Nancy Pelosi, who's worth $100 million. You can't even do that. And you're, oh, it's mean. Yeah. So from the bottom of my heart, go fuck yourself. Fuck you. You sold us out. Fuck you. And fuck your nickel and dime Mickey Mouse fucking identity politics. Fuck you. You're hoping I say something racist and sexist so you can jump on it and not look in the mirror and go, wow, I'm a sellout. I promised all these things and I'm not doing any of them. Good luck. Good luck. If it's too hard, seriously, by all means, pack your shit and quit. You'll get a TV show in a heartbeat. You'll make good money. You can wear nice clothes, go out to nice dinners. Yay, just be on Twitter and tweet, wow, and get all these retweets and likes and feed your ego and get the endorphin rush when something gets to 10,000 likes or whatever. And you don't have to really fight and do anything. Give some speeches. But if you want to actually be in Congress, you're representing people. You're in the House of Representatives. Your job is to vote for what your constituents and your supporters. And in this day and age, you got people donating money to you from all over the country. So you got to do it. And if you can't handle it, get out. It's okay. You thought maybe I could do this and you can't. That's fair. We all say we want to climb a mountain and halfway through go, fuck, this mountain's a little high. That's fine. Get out. Don't play mean Jimmy Dore was mean to me and play all this bullshit. It's an act of violence. You are now lining up with Neera Tanden, who's a warmonger. So are you a warmonger? So you just want money and power. Okay. Great. You can't wait to pass another bill that bombs poor people in the Middle East. You can't wait to do that. And just look how soulless they are. Especially AOC and the squad and Nomiki. All people that Jimmy Dore has promoted. I've promoted. So get out if you can't handle it. Quit. You're weak. You're just weak. The boutique left is our enemy. Because the boutique left gets in the way of us actually having things. We know what the right's all about. The right is going to fight us on these things. We know that. And these people that are supposed to be our allies and even flat out claim to be our allies then get in the way. They're the problem. Malcolm X said it 60 years ago. Hakeem, shave your knuckles for justice. Here's some money for what you do. Thank goodness you, Jimmy, and the rest of the true left who are the voice of the voiceless. Thank you. Boom. Yeah, if you're suffering from a health issue and you really desperately need Medicare for all and you're a huge proponent of AOC or the squad or just the Democrats in general, do you realize they're not helping you? They're not going to come to the rescue? I hope you see that, man. Aiden Daniel, shave your knuckles for justice. Hey, Graham, in your opinion, did the squad sell out or were they always conning us? I tend to believe the latter. Whew. That's a great question, Aiden. There's 541 people watching, 365 likes. Let's get the likes up. I don't know as much about the rest of the members of the squad, but AOC, watching her, seeing her speeches, watching that documentary, seeing Bernie get behind her, I believe that she was legit. I think they are legit to begin with, and they have these ideas, and then go, I'm going to run, I'm going to do this, and then they get in and they get some power, and then they change. Because I've seen it happen in show business, right? I've seen friends of mine, comics, actors, struggling. They're all cool. We all get along. And then they get some celebrity and they're just like, fuck you. I've seen it happen. Were they bad people to begin with? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they had this thing. Maybe they're just power hungry. I don't know. But it's the old saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Alan Flynn, shave your knuckles for justice. I know there's a lot of anti-vaxxers about it, but it's a real thing. The hospitals here in the UK are almost full. Yeah, COVID's for real. COVID is real. Julie D, what's up, Julie? Shave your knuckles for justice. I'm a caregiver for my dad with Alzheimer's at 34. We live off his General Motors pension. I have a master's degree and no job. Not okay. Yeah, I know. They're coming for your pension. That's what this book said. That's what Robert Kiyosaki was saying. I mean, it's just like nuts. It's nuts. It's heartbreaking. Elwood is controlled. I'm Palestinian. I say fuck Rashida Tlaib. She's a clown. AOC is annoying as shit and arrogant social media. And Nancy Pelosi is a dirt. Okay. Our government has been radicalized. They are radical. Other countries are normal. They help people during a crisis. They help people who don't have health care. They invest in their community. Do not be nice to the government. Absolutely. Yeah, behind the curtain, America is a one-party system. That's right. Yeah, we knew where McConnell stands. The squad ran on helping people and ended up lying to us and selling us out. I have more respect for McConnell. I know. I know. I know. That's what makes it worse. That's why there's so much rage. They can't grasp. Why is everyone so angry at us? We're the squad. Everybody loves us. Yeah, you said you were going to fight for us and you didn't. That's why everyone's so fucking mad. You're the worst. Well, now's not the time. They've been in power for 2 fucking years. They've been in Congress for 2 years. Where is it? Where's the big fight? You've had 2 years. Where is it? Mark Peterson, shave your knuckles for justice. That last rant was awesome. Shave your knuckles and punch up. You got it, brother. Matt S., what's up? Well, I don't see eye to eye in your ideology. You're such a genuine dude. I would vote for you in any capacity. You just want the right thing. Thanks, Matt. And that's the thing, Matt. You've come on this show and asked some questions. We've even had some really good debates, and I love it. Oh, shit, I froze up. Oh, sorry, I froze. Your question froze me up, Matt. No, Matt, that's the thing. Like I was saying before I froze up, is yeah, you come on the show and you say, you're a libertarian, you ask questions and we don't agree on everything, but you're willing to, first of all, that's why I respect libertarians, even though I don't agree on their ideology a lot. They at least have chosen to go outside the 2-party system. And the fact that you're willing to come here and listen and even ask questions and discuss and debate things in the chat or whatever shows me that you're open. You don't come here to just fuck you libtards or whatever in the chat. Like, you really want to be here. You really want to ask questions and have discussions and debates. And also, when we don't agree, you don't lose your shit like a 5-year-old. You just go, all right, we don't agree. Cool. But yeah, I want to do the right thing. I want to make the world a better place. I mean, and the squad and fucking TYT, and they're just like, they could be fighting for the right thing, but they're not. I mean, they're the ones in the way. They're the ones in the way. You see it. They're the ones in the way. The true left, the socialist, the real left, Our main problem is not conservatives. It's liberals. It's these fucking neoliberals. It's this boutique left. They're the problem because they don't join us. When they say they should, they say they want our things, but then when a push comes to shove, they won't fight for it. They all want to go back to brunch. So none of them want to fight for dick. None of them are willing to get in the streets, maybe on a Saturday, wave a couple signs. You know, and I was talking to Susie Dawson. Susie Dawson calls them boutique activists. She goes, Graham, they just only wanting to get involved with activism that's like funded by $1 million. They're not going to go get in the streets when there's 6 people and nobody gives a shit and they've got $2 between them, but they're just doing it because it's what they believe in. Those are real activists. The Julian Assange people, all the millions of people around the planet, they're real activists. They show up at Assange rallies, whether there's 4 people or 4,000. They don't care. And they're not just like the boutique activists or activists from 9 to 5 and they punch out. And then again, they do it when it's comfortable. The real activists are fucking working all the time. So they're the problem. It's so clear. The vote any blue will do, whatever you want to call them, they're the problem. When we're critical of Joe Biden and all of his right-wing bullshit, they get mad at us. They're the problem. They are the problem. There's not enough wingnut conservatives to really drive this country. There's just not. There's not enough of them. And they know this. If you sat any of these right-wing Republicans down, they know. They know there's not enough of them. There's more people in the cities. There's more people free thinking. But then these fucking so-called woke liberals get in the way. They don't want to fight for anything real. They defend big corporations. They defend war. Whenever you out-left them, they sound like Republicans. The arguments they come back with are Republican arguments. And Kasparian and all them, they sound like Republicans. That's why they backed a former Republican, Liz Warren. She was a member of the Republican Party. So they stand for nothing other than themselves, you know. They just, you know, they want to put a coexist sticker on their Lexus or whatever and think that they're activists when they're not. They're not. They're not willing to sacrifice. They're not going to get dirty. I know a woman, Shannon Thomas, that worked on Amy Villela's campaign. I was looking at her Instagram last month. She went to a protest and the cops she got into it. She got a tooth knocked out. She worked on Amy Villela's campaign and then she was in the street. She got a tooth knocked out, man. She's 28, 29 years old. I don't know how old she's, right around that age. She got a fucking tooth knocked out. Is AOC willing to do that? Not now, not when she's got the nice Versace suit, the suits and the dresses, and then boom, she's on the cover of Vogue with Mama Bear. Not now. She ain't going to be able to get dirty now. She going to go toe to toe with fucking Nazis in Salem, Oregon, like Backyard Politics does? Is she going to do that? She going to go to West Virginia with Redneckonomics and do that? She going to do that? She going to live in fucking asylum like Susie Dawson does in fucking Moscow? Is she going to do that? Did you notice I listed all women? Did you hear that? Did you notice? It was not a mistake. Well, I appreciate you voting for me, Matt. Because if I run, it ain't gonna be any of this boutique bullshit. Ain't gonna be any of this fucking boutique bullshit. These fucking candy ass punks. The fuck. Kate, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. She's our moderator. 15 Dems did not vote for Pelosi in the speaker nomination vote. Squad just had to call them. 15 Democrats who voted. Let's just bring that up on the screen. Susan Kijiyama. Graham, please watch Netflix documentary Kiss the Ground. It talks about regenerative agriculture, which can sequester carbon to pre-industrial levels. I love that. I love hearing about that technology. It gives me hope. Thank you for sharing that with us. JT, boom, shave your knuckles for justice. Heaven shook when JD did his live stream. I am a constituent of AOC and I didn't vote for her. Washington and the Dems are pure poison. Yeah. I know. They can't admit fault. They can't admit, wow, we fucked up. We're bailing on our base. So they just got to make it about Jimmy. Oh, there's one angry guy and a bunch of angry burn bros. Literally, they're playing the burn bro card. AOC, who worked on Bernie's campaign, is playing the burn bro crowd. DC Thomas, what's up? CBS reports air traffic control breach with message. We are flying a plane into the Capitol on Wednesday tomorrow. Soleimani will be avenged. What? Oh, Jesus. Oh. Reggie Rothrock, shave your knuckles for justice. They were never legit. They were and are seekers of celebrity. That was always the underlying motivation. Yeah, you could very well be right. They just wanted to be famous and they got it. And now they're being held to task and they're like, it's not fair. Phantomus Phanto, shave them. Hey, Graham, sent you the sponsors list. FYI, you got it. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, dude. Sorry. Yes, I got that email, and then it was New Year's Eve. Yes, you did. I did see that email. I'm sorry it's taken so long to respond, but I will get back to you, and I appreciate you doing all that work. Aaron S., shave your knuckles for justice. Hey, Graham, can you, Jimmy, and Ron start a satirical comedy show where you play neoliberal versions of yourselves? I think it would be hilarious. That would be fucking funny as shit. Hey, Mayor, shave your knuckles for justice. Climate change is not stopping. I think we really need more Kashamas and Grahams willing to move inland to help us fight coasts are already progressive-minded. Thoughts? Well, first of all, it sounds like you're yelling to me and you're committing an act of violence. So I'm sorry. I don't need this toxic masculinity from you, Maris. I just can't handle it. What you're saying is now violent. You put a rose and a fist and fire, so clearly you want me to bleed, punch, and burn. So I can't. That's violence. Those emojis are just violent. You're just being violent. No, you make a great point, Maris. Yeah, climate collapse is not stopping. But Jimmy Dore was mean. I think we really need more Kashamas and Grahams willing to move inland and help us fight coasts already progressive-minded. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I say this all the time. Like, if you're progressive, if you watch the show and you're a real lefty progressive, if you want to, if you can, if it's in you, it ain't fun, but run for local offices. Like you said, Kashwama, I would add Nithya Raman in there, who just got on the LA City Council. Get people like that in there. Run yourself if you can. I think too, to your point about progressives moving inland, because there's like more progressives in the cities, I think is what you're saying, which, yeah, I would agree with. But it's going to be curious to see because of the pandemic, a lot of people moved out of big cities. Like, there's been this mass exodus out of cities into small towns and other states. I would wager that's one of the reasons why, like, Arizona went blue, because I know all these people from California moved to Arizona. And that happened in Nevada. That's happened in all these states. Happened to Omaha, which is why some of their electoral votes, they're one of those states that'll split them. So it's a good point, Maris. And with climate collapse, we might have to move away from the coast because of, flooding. Somewhere in this world, Caleb Maupin is eating a ham and cheese sandwich. It just made me laugh. I've had Caleb on the show. Um, Rob Morgan, Graham for Congress. I'll even ask nice. Please? You know, like I said, if the People's Party or some party like really gets behind me and there's like a real thing behind me, I'll run. I've said it. I will do it. I am a man of my word. And it'd be fucking on. Let me tell you something, kids. If Graham runs for Congress, buckle the fuck up. It'll be fucking game on, kids. Like, you ever watch the UFC? That's how I'm approaching it. I'm coming out to music. I'm taking my shirt off and I'm going to start throwing fucking haymakers, kids. It's on. If they ask. If they don't, I ain't running. I don't want to be a politician. But Emblem Fate, don't forget libs blame another race, Russia. Oh yeah, let's blame everything on Russia. Well, one thing's for certain, the corporate media will love to interview me. I'll be a great interview. If Trump was good for their ratings, Trump didn't have this kind of moneymaker. I tell you that right there. This tan didn't come from a machine. This came from surfing, kids. Boom. Phantomus Phanto. Boom. Oh, there's some sponsors listen. There it is. Leftover beet cake. Hello, you're making Gotham great again. Seems like trying to get progressive groups on one unified message is like herding cats. Everyone wants to go their own way because some of them are fake. And also, I mean, the intelligence community helps divide us. They know how to separate people now. They're even more sophisticated at it. And so people like Cenk and them are really doing the bidding of the ruling class. They're doing the bidding of like big pharma. That's what they're doing. North American A, bigger picture question is to the push Biden left crowd. How? I know. When y'all throw a hissy fit, we pressure allies. We don't take corporate money. Who don't take corporate money? Yeah, I know. Push Biden to the left. That's going to happen. We're going to push him to the left. We are. We're going to make McDonald's become an all vegan. I couldn't even say it. Nelson Galvin. Ba-boom, Nelson Galvin. Do you have shaved knuckles for justice that make Gotham great again? Do you have vegan guns? Then vote for Elwood for Congress. Graham, were you surprised by the opposition towards forced to vote by other so-called progressives? Honestly, yes, I was. I was legitimately shocked. When Jimmy came up with it, I said, this is a great idea. And I saw a lot. We should focus on the positive with this. A lot of people came to Jimmy's side and were like, yes. And we should do this. And so that was great. And the Force the Vote town hall was fantastic. You know, I watched it. It was really well put together. Seeing people like Justin Jackson and Savage Joy tell their story, and that other gentleman, I forget his name, about his son. These heartbreaking stories. Justin Jackson lost his mom. Savage Joy, practically lost her eyesight. I mean, just like these heartbreaking stories. And that's the takeaway. I mean, yes, we should keep pushing Fraud Squad and let them know we're not in favor of it. Especially if you're a woman or person of color, I really need you to speak up on social media about this. I'll continue to speak up, but I'm already taking Graham's part of the Burn Bro Brigade or whatever. So, I mean, Jesus, even that I just listed Justin Jackson, black man, Savage Joy, woman. Like, come on. It's such nonsense. Brianna Joy was on the Force the Vote thing. Katie Halp, but they smear everybody. They're just it's such bullshit. I was surprised by the opposition because so many powerful Cornel West, Marianne Williamson, all these really strong, powerful leaders got on board with this Force the Vote thing. So it really made Cenk and even Sam Cedar said, I don't like Jimmy Dore for these and these reasons, but I support this. And then he flipped on it. But initially, even Sam Cedar was for it. So it was like, yeah, this is a great idea. And it's the fact that Cenk, one of the reasons Jimmy left, and one of the reasons why Cenk never redid Aggressive Progressives. Aggressive Progressives was done by Jimmy and Steve O, because they both felt, Steve O, CEO or CFO of Young Turks, was worried that Young Turks was going too moderate, was going too corporate. And they wanted a real progressive left show. Aggressive. That's how they came up with Aggressive Progressives. It was Jimmy and Steve O usually. And everyone says this. I've heard so many people say this. Oh, nobody can out-left Cenk. Cenk doesn't want anyone to the left of him on his network. And that's what happened. So Jimmy out-lefted him with this, and Cenk couldn't handle it. And he's a petty man. Cenk is a petty man. And he denied the Armenian genocide. The Young Turks is an offensive term for Armenians. It's literally like the Gestapo network. So having Anna Kasparian on there is just to cover the fact that he used to openly deny the Armenian genocide. Now he backpedaled and said, oh, I changed my mind, but he didn't change the name of the network. So the Young Turks is an offensive name to Armenians. And the fact that Anna Kasparian, who's Armenian, is on that network is really offensive. And I've even heard from some very good friends of mine that are Armenian that, the Armenian church in Glendale that Anna Kasparian's parents go to, when she shows up there, people at the church give her the dirty eye, don't talk to her, or will even call her. I forget what the name is, but in Armenian, there's a name for sellout or something that they call her. And my buddy was like, oh yeah, man, this is what happens. So, it's shocking in one sense, but in other senses, it's like, all right, now we know. I mean, this forced to vote, I'm glad. I like knowing. I don't want to know someone's my fake friend. When I found out, I've had times in my life when someone I thought was a really good friend of mine, they're bad mouthing me, talking shit behind my back. It's like, oh, okay, now I know. Might sting a little bit, but it's like, now we know who's who. I know who really has my back, and I know who doesn't. So I know who's got my back. I got Jimmy's back. Ron got Jimmy's back. So I know what's what. And now we know who the fake progressives are. And, unsubscribe to TYT. Do not give them your money. Unfollow all of these people. Don't follow them on social media. That's a powerful analytic. It really is. AOC has 11 million Twitter followers. That's a powerful number. It's a powerful number. So if that number got cut way down because everyone bailed on her, then she would really realize that. So that's who they are. Andrew Dwyer, what's up? Have you ever done one of those ideology quizzes? I have not. I wasn't really aware of them. I have not done an ideology quiz, quite honestly. Graham, can we have a moment of silence for the 50 journalists who were murdered in 2020 for doing their job? You got it. Boom. Thanks, Dan. Not a bootlicker. Shave your knuckles for justice. In order to get our government, aka corporations, to listen to Medicare for All, we could #divest until Medicare for All. If people who want a Medicare for All banded to not purchase anything they don't need until we get Medicare for All, when government equals corporations. That's a good idea. So it's one of the things I say in general about voting with your dollars and where to vote and where not to vote and why boycotts are important and powerful. It's also why when I know it's an instinct, but like when somebody you don't like or agree with puts some tweet out there you don't like, when you like that tweet, that empowers that tweet. So don't like a tweet you don't agree with. If you respond to it by, hey, I don't agree with it, then just respond. But also don't give the Democratic Party your money. Don't give Justice Democrats your money. Don't give TYT your money. Don't give them your money. Just don't. Don't support what they do. So, and vote with this is why voting with your dollars is so big. And get creative on ways to do this. What you're talking about is great. And, figure out boycotts and protests and actions, direct actions. A boycott, not spending money and organizing that's a direct action. And all they really understand is money. So it's big. It's big. I get as many people in the chat as TYT now. TYT. Meow, 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 meow. Mike T. Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Sam Cedar pretends like he's intellectual. He's a former comic. I don't think he's a comic. I've never heard him. I never knew he was a comic. Give me a break. He trashes Jimmy weekly for views, yet Jimmy is the one just trying to get paid. Hypocrite. Of course. I mean, look at how many videos Sam Cedar has done where Jimmy's in the title. Like, he's obsessed with him. He's crazy. And Jimmy rarely talks about him until recently. Jimmy would never mention his name. I'd be on the chat. People would mention stuff in the chat. Steph would not read anything mentioning him. It's just like Sam Cedar's useless. Status Quo. We love Graham Elwood. We love Status Quo. It's always great having Jordan on the show, and he's got a whole team of people doing great work. That's a place you want to support. You don't want to support TYT. Like, unsubscribe from them. Don't, unsubscribe from their channel. All that stuff. They don't deserve your money, your likes, your subscribes, your views, none of it. Don't do it. So support stuff like Status Quo, man. They're doing real work. They're on the fucking street. TYT wasn't in DC this past weekend. Status Quo was. Convo Couch, Lee Camp, Nick Brana, everyone was there except TYT. Because they're too busy of getting mad at because Jimmy said mean words. Graham, please have whole Washington on the show to discuss their efforts to get universal health care for all Washingtonians. Yeah, every state's starting to do it on their own. There's a California movement happening. Nick Thompson, what's up, Nick? It's disappointing to see Bernie fight so hard for stimulus, but he won't use his 1 million volunteers and coveted email list to organize a general strike. I know. It's such a disappointment. It's such a disappointment. Bernie or guillotine 2020, ba-boom. Will Jimmy actually run against Pocan like he said, or is he going to join the fraud squad and back down when it's time to stand and deliver? I don't think Jimmy will back down. Status Quo is in the house. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cenk saying Jimmy's got a temper thing is hilarious when there's just all these videos online of Cenk like pounding a desk and screaming. Funny. Yeah, Jimmy doesn't live in Pocan's district. I live in Ted Lieu's district. So I'll run against Ted Lieu. All right. Wait, this is what I wanted to do. Yeah, here we go. The 15 Democrats who voted against Pelosi. This is the defectors. Nearly all freshman lawmakers didn't all cast their votes for a single alternative candidate. 3 Democrats, Representative Jim Cooper, Tennessee, freshman lawmakers Elisa Slotkin and Jeff Van Drew, voted present, which allowed them to avoid casting a vote in favor of Pelosi without endorsing an actual alternative. No, weak. But a handful of freshman Democrats in swing districts who promised to oppose Pelosi on the campaign trail followed through on Thursday. Lawmakers can vote for anyone as speaker, which left defectors room to cast their votes for people outside of Congress. Incoming freshman Anthony Berdizzi of New York cast a vote for former Vice President Joe Biden. Wow. Kathleen Rice, Democrat and top Pelosi critic, cast a vote for Stacey Abrams, who lost her competitive race for Georgia governor in November. Tammy Duckworth in Illinois, an Iraq war veteran, drew 2 votes from freshman lawmaker Jason Crow and Max Rose. Nice. The incoming chairwoman of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, Rep. Sherry Bustos, drew votes from freshman lawmakers Joe Cunningham, Jared Golden, Mike Sherrill, and Abigail Spanberger. Representative Kurt Schrader voted for Rep. Marcia Fudge, a former Congressional Black Caucus chairwoman who contemplated challenging Pelosi for speaker, but Fudge decided against the bid and ultimately voted for Pelosi. Oh, God. Here are the list of the 15 Democratic defectors: Anthony Berdizzi, Jim Cooper, Jason Crow, Joe Cunningham, Jared Golden, Ron Kind, Connor Lamb, Ben McAdams, Kathleen Rice, Max Rose, Kurt Schrader, Mike Sherrill, Abigail Spanberger, Elisa Slotkin, Jeff Van Drew. 3 voted present, which is a weak-ass move. That's a weak move. That is a weak move. So those are all the people that voted against Nancy Pelosi. None of them are the squad. The squad, several of them voted, they abstained in the first round and then voted for her in the second. AOC voted in the second ballot. She was hoping Pelosi would get the votes without needing her vote. So that's that. Those are the 15 people who did it. Whatever the reasons, whatever their tactics, maybe they were honorable, maybe they weren't, whatever, they did it. It's a matter of public record. And on the record, the squad did not. They all voted for Pelosi. The squad voted for her. Thomas L. Oze, dear Graham, 3 questions. A, are you or chat aware of a morning progressive show called Morning Invest with Clayton Morris? I'm not aware of that show. B, did you receive the tunes? C, can you hear us, Graham? Did I receive the tunes? No, I don't know what that means. And I don't know if I can, I can read your stuff. I can't hear you if you're singing. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. So I don't know if I answered those questions to your liking, but that's the best I got. Boom. Lucky Burrito Art and Music. Graham, can you do a moment of silence every stream? When it's fitting. I'm not about every stream, but maybe. Boycott Amazon, boycott capitalism. Tiata. Boom. Adam Gray, AOC pissed at Jay Dore for following her advice. Yeah, I know. Make your leaders uncomfortable. Not me. Not me. I meant the other ones. Bernie or guillotine, 2020, shave your knuckles for justice. Graham, could you talk to Jimmy to ever mention R.I.P. Brooks? I know they had beef, but Brooks would have supported Force the Vote. It's a bad look. I'm not quite sure who that is, but I can try. Kate, boom. Those people voted against Pelosi for the nomination in November, so they knew there were 15 votes they could mine against her, and the squad did 0. Squad could have done it. Could have done it to help us get health care. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to help us. Thanks for that clarification, Kate. Very much appreciated. Oh, I got to do some segments. Holy shit. I've been talking for too long. Just been yappity. Let's have some water. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Citizens of Gotham, you come here for the truth, and I will provide it. Well, I've been talking about, a lot of us lefties have been saying, organized unions, especially now in the middle of a pandemic, right? This is the chance, right? The essential worker. The essential worker. Well, Google, in its dealings with the CIA and just being flat out evil, they're really afraid of unions. So they've hired a union busting company that has collected dossiers on employees, calling them lazy, money-oriented, single mother. And one company specifically went to people in hospitals, leaked files from IRI Consultants, a top union avoidance firm. That's a business. Where do you work? Oh, I'm in a union avoidance firm. Oh, so you work for the devil. You're working evil. So you don't want American workers to have good wages and benefits and pension. And you don't want that. You want to stick it to the American worker. And you work for a firm that does this. Wow. You tuck your kids in at night? Daddy, how was work? Oh, I just fucked over working class Americans. It was awesome. Yay. What's for Christmas? Bunch of nice things. The workers over at this hospital we did it to can't. They're hired by Google, show how it collects data on workers' personality, motivations, and work ethic to bust unions. The spreadsheet was used by union avoidance firms that tried to thwart a union drive at 2 Seattle hospitals. So they don't want you to have union hospitals. Governor of New York, Cuomo, has shut down 10 hospitals. In the last 10 years leading up to the pandemic, he shut down 10 hospitals that cost people lives. So Google, before the pandemic started, was okay, and made the pandemic worse. See what greed does? It kills people. Owned by Conifer Health Solutions in 2019. The new labor union at Google raises IRI's profile in what is expected to become a full-blown drive to organize and welcome its parent company, Alphabet's tens of thousands of workers, into a union. Oh yeah, guess what, Google? This just happened. Google workers have formed the company's first ever union. Oh, I guess your union busting weird AI creep technology didn't work. Hey, let's try to get people to fight with each other. I bet you they use this with TYT and everybody. I bet you they use this tactic with the force the vote. Oh, this force the vote thing could work. How do we get people to fight against this? Oh, well, just say Jimmy's mean. There you go. There you go. You could have had Medicare for all, but we don't. This is union busting. This is union busting. So this is good news, though. They formed a union. This happened Monday morning. The Alphabet Workers Union will be run by employees and open both to full-time workers and contractors to the tech giant. There's a lot of contractors in these tech companies, right? The first union at a major tech company by and for all tech workers. We will elect representatives. We will make decisions democratically. We will pay dues, and we will hire skilled organizers to ensure all workers at Google know they can work with us if they actually want to see their company reflect their values. As many as 226 of the group's members have signed union cards with the Communication Workers of America, the CWA, one of the country's largest labor unions. Everyone talks about how great it was in the 50s, right? America was making all this money. There's all this upward mobility. The American dream was alive. You want to know why it was alive? The most union membership we've ever had, high banking regulation, high tax rate for wealthy people and corporations. That's why it was so good. Because you could get a job, a union job, and work your way up and buy a house, and college was affordable. It was barely anything back then. Now, none of these things, it's not possible. And here's how they did it. Actually, the pandemic kind of benefited them, because organizing at the workplace is like, oh, they look for that union busting, too many people meeting together at lunchtime. Like, they look for that shit, but everyone was working remotely. So you have to organize one-to-one in sort of a very cloak and dagger way, he told CNN Business, meeting with people, broaching the subject carefully, being really thoughtful about who we tell what, when, and really only watching out based on their personal relationships, the people that we see being publicly upset about issues. Video calls are a fantastic one-to-one mechanism, Gaynor Dewar said. And the fact that we're not having it in the office takes us out from under the all-seeing eye of a company like Google. If you read the book When WikiLeaks Met Google, you'll see Google's been working with the CIA since 2011. Unions can be federally certified when a majority of a workplace votes to support one in an election held by the National Labor Relations Board. Alternatively, according to the NLRB, a union can be voluntarily recognized by an employer if enough workers indicate they would like the union to negotiate on their behalf. So you could be at a company, not even be a member of the union, but say, I vote to have that union negotiate on my behalf. But there's a third approach. The Google workers have opted for a third approach. At least for now, does not anticipate formal recognition, said Beth Allen, communications director of CWA. That's because traditional collective bargaining agreements almost always exclude contractors. Allen said, which was a non-starter for many of the Google organizers. So they're going this third route because they didn't want to. And this is why you can see over the years and why Uber, companies like Uber and Lyft, they're just contractors. Because if they're contractors, then they don't have all these protections. And part of them is, they can't join a union. They can't be part of this and that. They don't get all of this stuff. So the formation of this union, but choosing this route was important because it actually includes and helps contractors, of which Google uses many. The union will likely need to pursue other tactics to push the changes at Google, such as pushing for outside media coverage, pressuring Congress for new legislation and oversight, or filing complaints to the NLRB. Google workers could also theoretically mount a strike, though that would be a challenge and there are no current plans to do so. But the infrastructure is in place. The ruling class hates unions because then they got to actually pay people real wages and they can't just take all the money for themselves and have 10 yachts like Betsy DeVos has. 10 yachts, Secretary of Education. Makes sense. Don't want to run around the planet with only 2 or 3 yachts. Come on. Ugh, it's just gross. Just thinking about using the same yacht like when you go to Fiji is the same yacht you could use when you go to Barbados. Doesn't it just make you gross? Like, it makes me want to vomit using the same yacht. Like, it makes me disgusted. It's gross. Ugh, disgusting. It's like drinking your own urine using the same yacht. Ugh. The union's foundation comes after years of rising employees' tensions at Google over the company's business and operational decisions, including its work with the defense sector. Yeah, so the employees want to say, wait a minute, I didn't sign on to work for the defense contractor. I wanted to do technology and computer and search engines, not help the Raytheon murder poor people in the Middle East. Wait a minute, I didn't sign on for that. Well, now you get a little more say with the union. Plans for a censored search engine in China. This is what I love about the hypocrisy of the American empire. China's an authoritarian state, but if Google can get in there with a censored thing and we make money off it, great. Oh, I thought you're all free speech and American pie and hot dogs and whatever the fuck else bullshit. And the company's handling of sexual misconduct claims, the last of which resulted in a massive employee protest. So they've been mistreating employees for a long time. The people got fed up and formed unions. I've been saying it for a while, but especially since the pandemic, form a union. Get a union in your hospital, get a union in your school, get a union in your office, in whatever. There's a union out there that you might qualify for. If not, form one. But there's already unions in place that handle a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised. Do the research. Look what they did. Little conversations here and there. You know, you'll know who's at work. People who like complain or their social media is like, this is bullshit. You know, we should tax Bezos more. Have a conversation with that person. This is a step in the right direction. This is a little bit of a win from a company that hires anti-union, that hires union-busting companies. That's what Google does. And hospitals have done that too. Wow. Hard to believe why we've handled the pandemic so poorly. I can't seem to put my finger on it. Speaking of fingers, finger bang that like button, everybody, so that we get more views and subscriptions, so that we can keep bringing you these stories in a way that nobody else does. My name is Graham Elwood. Thanks for watching. You're making Gotham great again. Shave your knuckles for justice. Follow the money. Connect the dots. Ba-boom. What's the frequency, Kenneth? Marshall McLuhan. Oh, by the way, that article was sent to me by Gina G. I forgot to give you the credit on that. Sorry, Gina. You sent that to me. Thank you. Marshall McLuhan. If you're signed up at the $5 submit an article level on Patreon, then I'll put your name in it. That's part of that specific tier. If you submit me stuff through other tiers or other ways, I try to give people credit as I can, but that's part of that. When you see it like submitted by so-and-so, that's that specific tier on Patreon. That's part of that tier. So forgive me if I didn't give you the credit. Marsha McLuhan. TYT, Anna just said, what's missing tonight is a discussion of political pressure from outside electoral politics. Didn't mention force the vote. Had a bad day. Please riff on this. They don't even realize what they're saying. And what's so great is you see TYT, people bust them on it in the comment section, then they disable the comments or they'll pull a video down or whatever. What's missing tonight is a discussion of political pressure from outside electoral politics. And then you just don't like Jimmy Dore. Just say it. I don't like Jimmy Dore. That's why I don't want to help people get health care, is because I don't like Jimmy Dore. Just say that. You'd rather people die than admit Jimmy Dore's got a good idea. That's sadistic. That's selfish. That's like a petty little high school kid does that. I don't like him, but it's a good idea. I don't like him anyway. I'm a spoiled little rich girl that, betrays my own people by working at the Young Turks. I can't even go to my parents' Armenian church. Me. John Doe. So many movement killers have been revealed. All hired by big money interest? Yeah, probably. Graham's rants clean my soul. Here comes a soul cleaning rant. You motherfucker. We're literally reliving the past. It's insane. It is. I don't even know what to do. I don't even. I don't. I don't. I don't. Looks like Kate and Gina G are going to build a plane together. I'm just trying to piece stuff together here in the chat, but I'm glad you're building planes. Fantastic. Hey, Mares, what's up in Iowa? You know what? I don't know that they have a lot of in Iowa. Vegan guns, boom. Hey, Mares, what's up? Have you heard whether any of the organizers who backforced the vote have plans to continue the pressure campaign? Why not make it on every vote? My understanding is since like Movement for People's Party got involved and other people got involved, I think people are going to just keep putting the pressure on. That's what I'm hoping, because what Jimmy did was amazing. I mean, getting all these people together, Cornel West and, Justin Jackson and People's Party and, Katie Halper, like all these people, Marianne Williamson, all these people together. Let's keep going. Let's keep pressuring. Do not back off. They want us to go away. They want us to go back to sleep. They want us to just be this handful of crazies. They go, oh, those crazy lefties over there. No, man, don't back down. Keep going. That's what we got to keep doing. That's what we got to keep doing. Anna Kasparian is not a socialist. Wow, that's an act of violence saying that. You chatted violence saying she's not a socialist. Chip Walter. Boom, 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 boom. Guns. Graham, please have Jackson Hinkle on your show. He organized the Force the Vote March in D.C. and lives in L.A. Right on. I will look that person up. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Folks, we've got currently 527 likes. Ah, shit. Boom, 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 boom. Eat it. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't say those things. Adam Gray, AOC pissed at JD for following her advice. Ha ha. Favorite, I'm going to do this. Ha ha ha. Andrew Dwyer, did Anna always hate Jimmy? Probably. My guess is this goes back a ways. That's my guess. I never met her. I don't know. So I don't know. My guess is, yeah, she didn't like it. And Cenk didn't like it when Jimmy started getting bigger than Cenk. Jimmy was just a guy that would work for TYT. And I remember Jimmy told me, he goes, Cenk, they blew it. He goes, had Cenk just offered me a job with a regular salary, I never would have left. I never would have started my own channel. But because they didn't take care of me, they didn't nurture and encourage talent and take care of their talent, I had to start my own thing. And now look, that's just burning Cenk. Cenk is just like, God, it just couldn't handle it. I'm sure when Anna endorsed and Cenk and they all endorsed Hillary and Jimmy went, nope. That's when they're like, no, he's mean. Andy Winter. Shave your knuckles for justice. We need a party that ignores the moral issues they used to divide us and focuses on better life for the common person. Yeah, $50,000 a year should have a secure home. End of effing story. You got that right, dude. It's a great point. They are just jealous. They can't handle it. And then Jimmy sells out theaters. They wish they could do that. Nobody likes them that way. And they see the comments. People talk shit and they're not they were the big lefty progressive heroes like 4 or 5 years ago. And now they're not anymore and they can't handle it. All these people left because of Jimmy. I mean, when Aggressive Progressives was on and it was behind, they would do some free stuff and then a bunch of stuff behind the paywall. Aggressive Progressives was like the number one reason people were subscribing to TYT. And Cenk their egos couldn't handle that. So that's why they keep trying to talk to Jimmy like, oh, he's this crazy little younger brother, loud, crazy troublemaker. What is he saying now? They can't acknowledge the fact that he's doing their show better than them. He's more authentic than they are and has a bigger following. They just can't handle it. So that's why they keep trying to like, here goes Jimmy again. And it's like, he's got a great idea. He's rallied the people. He speaks up he's the voice of the voiceless. They can't handle it. So that's why they got to talk down, because they're failures. I don't know how you build up TYT, which was brilliant how Cenk did it, and then need $20 million and then fuck that up. And now you're sending out donation emails. I don't know how you do that. Jimmy is passionate and honest. That's why people like. Yes, and when you're dishonest and you can't handle it when like the real thing comes along. You're a fake, honest, authentic person, and you see somebody really being honest. You either ask yourself, wow, I need to be more honest, or you go, that person, I don't like them, rather than look in the mirror and go, man, I need to make some changes. That's the difference. Successful people, when they see somebody doing better than them, successful people go, oh, I want to be like that person. They're inspiring me. Right on. I want to get up there. That's awesome. Losers, crybabies, whatever, go, that person's more, so how dare they? They get all jealous, whatever. I saw what Jimmy was doing, and he encouraged me to start this. Cenk kind of tried to discourage Jimmy. Jimmy told me one day he was on the main show before they were in tape, and Cenk goes, so I heard you built your own studio to do your own show? And Jimmy went, yeah. And he went, That was Cenk's response. He didn't go, oh, that's awesome, dude. Any way I can help. That tells you right there. Oh, I view Jimmy as a threat. That's why this forced the vote thing. That's why Cenk is this adolescent about this. They're weak. It was guys from Gray Zone, moderate rebels who exposed Anna and Nomiki when they went after him. He still played nice, trying to build solidarity, but could only take so much. They blamed him anyway. Yeah, they're the worst. I quit watching TYT days after the 2016 Dem nomination, and they pivoted to vote blue no matter who. Yep. Large Marge sent me, it forces Medicare for all, or it gets the public option. Yeah. Yep. JD told a story yesterday about Cenk telling Cenk they should do something like organize Walmart employees, and Cenk said, I'm not into unions. Yeah, that tells you right there. There's another example. That's another example of Cenk and TYT aren't in it to like make a change and change things for the better. They're just in it for clicks and money and views and subscribers and stuff like that. Now you need clicks and views and money to support a show. I know this firsthand. I ask you to go to my Patreon. I ask you to super chat. I need that to support the show. But ultimately, I want to make a real change. I try to give people direct actions, and Jimmy does the same thing. Jimmy and Steph do the same thing. That's why they bring people on like AOC and Nomiki Khan. Say, oh, vote for them. They're real progressives. That's what they did. That's why Force the Vote was an organizational movement. Get involved. Jimmy even said, I don't even want to don't even give me credit. I don't care. If you hate me, I don't give a shit. Let's just make this happen. Let's get people Medicare for all. You know? But they weren't about that. They don't want to make a real change. They just want to me. They're boutique activists. They're the boutique left. They think, hey, there's some money in that activism. Not, oh man, I want to get involved. There's a difference. You see real activists out there, and there's two types of reactions, two types of person. One person goes, shit, that's real activism. I want to do that because I want to be a difference in the world. There's a bunch of things I'm passionate about. I want to do what they're doing. You know, you see somebody like Abby Martin or Mike Preisner, you go, God damn it, they're putting it all on the line. I'm going to do that. When I met Susie Dawson, I'm like, holy shit, she's doing that. She's for real. I want to help. And then there's people that go, oh, there's some money in that. If I just bang and yell, I'll get a little money. And it's funny, the people that are actually the grifters then try to claim Jimmy's the grifter, and yet they have no alternative to Force the Vote. If Force the Vote's such a bad idea, what's your alternative? Wait, wait for committees. They don't have like, I actually have a better solution. It's this clear solution. Let's do that. They don't even have that. They just say Jimmy's angry. You accuse somebody of the thing that you feel guilty of. So, you know. Susie Dawson, the Five Eyes. Jim Garrison, here's a 5 spot. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, Jimmy literally said Chen could have the credit for it. Graham, you don't think there could be another legit strategy? If PayGo isn't eliminated, then nothing will get done anyway. There might be. My point is, if there's other strategies, tell them to me. I'm all ears. That's the problem, is everyone was like, forced to vote won't work. It was like, okay, then what will? Oh, Jimmy's too angry. Like you can't, if you're going to criticize something, you better have a better plan in place. If you don't have a better plan in place, then you're just complaining. And all we're asking for is just force a vote for Medicare for all on the floor. Just force it. So it's like, we're not even asking for like, it's just a vote. If you got a better plan, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. If Cenk had a better plan, I'm all ears. If Anna, any of them have a better plan, I'm all ears. Nomiki Kantz doesn't have a better plan. She's busy accusing Jimmy Dore of getting money from Steve Bannon. She's out of her mind. She's a crazy opportunist. So tell me your better plan. AOC's better. She didn't have a better plan. She's like, real organizers pay attention. Real organizers don't do, like, who are the real organizers? What is your plan? What is it? Oh, it's too performative. Well, some actions need to be performative. Rosa Parks sitting on a bus was performative. She was hoping to get arrested so that would get in the news. And then this would help the movement for the NAACP. She worked for the NAACP. It was very deliberate what she did. It was a deliberate performative act. Force the vote, deliberate performative act. It gets people talking about it. It gets people going, wait a minute. Why? I don't know these squad people. I don't know Pelosi, whatever, but I want Medicare for all. Yeah, let's do this. That's what it does. It gets the people that are too busy, who don't have the time to pay attention because they're just barely trying to feed their families. It gets them to pay attention. Jeremy Chase, what's up, dude? Adam Ross, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. I watched in pain from long-term tooth damage. My family was destroyed, and I watched death. I watched death that was preventable. The fraud squad are done. Revolution. Man, Adam, I'm so sorry you went through that. And this is why it like breaks my heart and then enrages me. I've heard, I don't know how many stories like this. I mean, when I met Amy Vilela and she told her story about losing her daughter, I just was like, I was so sad and then so angry. So if you're not angry about this, then I don't know then you don't care. You must have really good health care. So thank you for supporting the show, Adam. I'm so sorry you went through that. I'm so sorry your family went through that. And I'm sorry you live in a country where the for-profit healthcare system literally murders people. It murders people. That's an act of violence. Jimmy saying, fuck AOC, that's an act of violence. No, that's not an act of violence. What happened to your family is an act of violence. And these squad people going, it's not fair. It's not nice. I mean, honestly, you're really not helping the women should be in power movement, because you're saying like, oh, so when you guys get in power and have to take shit, you start complaining? Man, I was in Russia a year ago, a little over a year ago, and I learned about the female Russian snipers Their job was to put a fucking bullet between the eyes of any goddamn Nazi that came in their crosshairs. That was these Russian women's job during World War II, to fucking kill Nazis, because Nazis were killing them. Nazis wanted to destroy them. Russia lost 20 million people in World War II. 20 million people. The Nazis were trying to murder them, so they said, fuck you, we're going to kill you. How many millions of people have died? How many millions of people have gone through what Adam Ross's family went through, or Amy Valela's family, or what Jimmy went through? He's still alive, luckily, but it bankrupted him and Steph. And he's pulled out from it, and he's had a successful career now, thank God. And oh, wow, he bought a house. What a monster. How many people have been murdered by our for-profit healthcare system? And the squad, you get some power, finally get some power. We all cheer for your power. I cheered for your power. Jimmy cheered for your power. It's a new day, diverse, women of color in Congress. Awesome. Go get it. This is great. This is a win for all of us. I didn't feel threatened at all as a white male. I was like, great. I'm tired of these jackass white guys. Get in there, fucking fight. And then you don't fight. Russian women fucking killed Nazis who were trying to eliminate their country. And the for-profit healthcare system doesn't care about you. It doesn't care if your family died. Do you have a child that died because of you didn't have healthcare? The for-profit healthcare system doesn't fucking care because it is murdering people. It's murdering people. The for-profit healthcare system is murdering people. And you say Jimmy Dore said, fuck off, and that's an act of violence? No, you doing nothing is an act of violence. You standing around being weak, you're weak. I mean, are Russian women just tougher? Is that it? You got to be kidding me, man. We're being murdered by capitalism every day. There's a war declared upon the American people by capitalism, by for-profit healthcare system has declared war on us. We're in the middle of a pandemic and you're complaining about an angry comedian. Well, pretty please with sugar on top. Do what you said you were going to do or get the fuck out of the way. You're too weak to handle this. You're too weak. Let's get some fucking Russian women snipers in Congress. Maybe they'll take care of this fucking problem. Jimmy said mean things. Get out, Buttercup. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. Is it too hard? Is Congress too hard, Pumpkin? Get out. Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell are soulless pieces of shit, but at least they say that up front. They have never promised to do one good thing for me or anybody. You promised this. So if you can't handle this fight, then get out. If this is too mean, seriously, get out. Every member of Congress should have to take fucking kickboxing classes. You should learn how to actually fist fight. I've studied martial arts for 15, 16 years now. I've trained with a lot of amazing fight. I've trained with a lot of amazing women. Some of them teeny women who could fucking lay you out. And I got mad respect for them. And when you lit them up in sparring or tapped them out, they didn't go, it's not fair. They went right on, knuckle up, because we trained like equals. I didn't go easier or harder. We trained as equals. That's what the beautiful thing was. And so when some chick lit me up, I was like, damn, right on. I didn't go, man, what a girl hit me. I went, fucking, that's an awesome martial artist. So when the squad got elected, I said, these are some awesome progressives, or so I thought. I don't give a shit. If you're from the Bronx, if you're a woman of color, I don't care if you're an old Jewish guy from Vermont. If you say you're going to fight for me, then do it. And when you back down, like Bernie did, like the squad is doing, like Tulsi has done, then I got nothing for you, man. I got nothing for you. Nothing. At least the Republicans have the decency to be honest. They're like, we're a bunch of racist, sexist, greedy old fucks, old white fuckheads. Oh, at least I know where you stand. Lori Loeffler said racist remarks during Black Lives Matter. She's a owner of a WNBA team. The WNBA, those women, those tough, badass women stood up and said, fuck Lori Loeffler. We don't want her in our league anymore. Because those are women that go to battle, that get hard fouled. When they get hard fouled, they don't go, oh, the ref. They get up and what? I've seen fights. I've seen fist fights in the WNBA because they don't take shit off of each other, just like the NBA. Because let me tell you something, sweetie. Life gets a little hard. Santa Claus isn't real, okay? You don't get a Tea Party in Congress. If you acted like the Tea Party and fought the way the Tea Party did, but did it for progressive issues, we might have health care. Hey, squad, you've been in office 2 fucking years. What have you done? You're celebrity Congress people. You're celebrity politicians. Nobody knows most of the members of Congress. Who the fuck name? Who? My dumb congressman, Ted Lieu. Does anybody know him outside of our district? Nope. He's not a celebrity. He doesn't have 11 million Twitter followers. He doesn't have a brand. He's not on the cover of Vogue. Nor should he be on the cover of Vogue. You have celebrity status and you do nothing with it. I work in show business. I've seen celebrities get celebrity status and then go, wait a minute, I want this. I need this change. You won't even do that. You're acting like a true Hollywood A-lister. Now you just want a bigger house. You just want more money. You're not fighting for anybody. Every time we've had a union strike in show business, a lot of the A-listers are nowhere to be found. Some of them are, but they don't give a fuck because they don't need the working class rights that working class no-name day rate actors need. So I've seen this before. I've seen this. You get a little taste of fame. All of a sudden you're not wearing the dress you got at Sears. You're wearing the $1,500 dress you got from Versace because they give you free shit now because you're going to be in interviews and they want you looking good wearing their products. I know how this works. So if you can't handle this, kindly get out of the way. And bring in some people, male, female, black, white. I don't give a shit. Just bring me somebody that can brawl. Are there any UFC fighters, like women, female UFC fighters that want to run for Congress and fucking think like a progressive, not like a dipshit Dana White Trumper, but actual like ideas that help the majority of the people? Give me a fighter. Don't give me a military vet. Give me a combat vet. Give me somebody that fights for something, that knows how to fight. We are in the fight of our lives. People are dying. We're in a pandemic. The hospital beds are maxed out. 2,000 to 3,000 people are dying every day from a global pandemic, and we don't have free health care, and you're mad at a comedian. Get your priorities straight. Oh, by the way, the climate's collapsing. But that's probably not as severe as a comedian that smokes too much weed yelling at you on YouTube. Is that too much? Is this too angry? Is this an act of violence? Did coming too close to the camera, is that too aggressive? I'm sorry. It's okay that 60,000 people die every year. Is this okay? Is this too angry? Is this too angry? I'm sorry. Is this okay? Hey, there's 85,000 dead children in Yemen. Am I raising my voice? Am I raising my voice? Congress just approved a $740 billion military budget. I'm sorry, a war budget that murders poor people of color. But you don't give a shit because you're in Congress now. The climate is collapsing. People are dying because they don't have health care, dying even more so because there's a pandemic. There's an economic depression that is coming. It is coming like a freight train. And you're unhappy that a comedian said, F you. Do what you said you were going to do. You've been in Congress 2 fucking years. What have you done? Show me what you've done. Show me what big change you've done. Where is it? And don't tell me to wait. We are in the middle of the crisis. The crisis is now. It's London in 1940 and the Nazis are bombing every day. We don't wait. Winston Churchill didn't say, well, let's wait. And you think a comedian saying F you is mean? Pelosi's house and Mitch McConnell's houses just got vandalized. They put a pig's head on Pelosi's house and said, cancel rent. Hungry, starving people newly evicted from their homes are coming. And you're going to wish it was just a couple of comedians getting angry at you on Twitter. You're going to wish it was that. Our forced to vote, we're the last line of defense. We're the last line of civility before the masses who are just hungry and out and on the streets come rushing towards you. And I'm going to go, I tried. All you had to do was give people free healthcare and $2,000, and you couldn't even do that. Okay. So you're going to watch this video and say Graham Elwood's nuts or Graham Elwood's advocating violence. No, I'm saying I'm advocating for you to fight like you said you were going to fight. I'm advocating for you to do the right thing to help the people who need it, because if you don't, they're going to rise up, and there's nothing I will be able to do once that happens. I don't have that big of a show. Jimmy, nobody. If the people rise up, it's too late. And it won't be protests and signs. It'll just be mobs. Open up a history book, kids. This is how the French Revolution started. So pay attention. Shave your knuckles for justice. There's people dying. We are being murdered. Fight for it or get out of the way. Boom. Gina G, you see Nomiki said Jimmy and Candace Owens should start a show. Yep. She's out of her mind. Adam Ross, you, Jimmy, and Ron, along with others, are heroes. Thanks, Adam. Actually, you're a fucking hero that you had to go through that and you haven't gone insane. I appreciate it, man. I can't begin to know what it's like to watch a family member die because you didn't have health care. I'm so sorry. Why I get so mad, why Jimmy gets so mad is like, I feel so powerless. Jimmy really felt powerless because he went through it. Kate, where are the Women's March and resist people? Yeah, I know. Probably having brunch with Nomiki Konst. Mass casualty. The idea of reforming the Dem Party is an anathema to a very concept of political parties. It's why they forced the two-party system. It's effectively one. You got that right. Justin Eric, forced to vote implies that Pelosi clear all Dem roadblocks to a House floor vote on implementation of Medicare for all. Pago, Richard Neal, or whatever in our way. Bruce Martin, shave your knuckles for justice, baby. You got that right. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Sorry if I did. Blog 101, shave your knuckles for justice. Learn this quote from Hedges. I don't fight fascism because I think I can win. I fight because it's fascism. I know. Forced to vote won't work. I don't fight for Medicare for all or forced to vote because I think it will win. I think it's because it's the right thing to do. We need free healthcare. That's that. Large Marge sent me, what's up? Just look at Bernie's site for how to pay for Medicare for all. DSA's financial language. Quip is BS. Yeah, of course. Amer, shave them. Projection exposes your insecurity. The more insecure you are, the easier you are to corrupt because you have no ideology, conviction of your own. You got that right. Larry Morrow, have you had the chance to check out the song Flames of the Free yet? It's a great anthem for our time. If nothing else, it's got a fast beat for the building of the vegan guns. All right, Larry, I'll check that out. Thanks, brother. Annabelle Corley, what's up down under, sweetie? How you doing? Work for a startup company that got really successful. One of the owners blew all their millions. Some people just lost their minds when they get too successful. Yep. Everybody tells you you're great. You got all this money. You think you're never wrong. When you get successful, you need people around you to go, dude, that ain't right. That's fucked up. You can't do that. You need people around you to hold you in check. You do. You need people around. We all need boundaries. Bernie or guillotine, 2020, shave your knuckles for justice. Russian women snipers, 2022. Granny Graham for Vogue cover. Bernie was the compromise revolution. FAFO. Masvidal coming out in Biden hat and Colby shook. One RKO'd. I think I got that. Thank you for supporting the show. 6875 NYC. What's your brother? Rock and roll. I have two jobs. One of them is ER worker in New York City at a trauma center. I can't tell you how many times I took care of someone in critical condition because of lack of insurance, Medicare for all. What you mean, I assume, or what you're talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, NYC, is people that don't have health insurance can't get regular checkups. They can't do preventative medicine. So they have to wait till things get really bad. And then they show up at an ER and then you got to do trauma, medicine on them. It's part of what Medicare for all does. Oh, it'll cost so much money. It'll actually be less. Right now we spend $50 trillion on medicine. Well, this is pre-COVID numbers. Medicare for all is $34 trillion. So it's $16 trillion less. Because of that, preventative medicine is actually cheaper. It's cheaper. Gina G, one missile from Raytheon is 1.3 million. A shit shack in my neighborhood costs that much. I just rent for the rest of my life. Oh, I know. It's like brutal. Cheaper doesn't pay for the yachts. You got that right. I mean, who's going to feed the polo horses? I mean, polo horses don't feed themselves, you guys. I've said this before. I mean, you expect me to drive from Manhattan to the Hamptons without taking a helicopter? Come on. I'm going to ride on a highway like some fucking peasant. Give me a fucking break. I'm going to take a helicopter and then another helicopter to my yacht. I mean, let's not be animals. Bail sales. Morally, the will of the majority is the law. So equals slaughtering billionaires is the law. Okay. All right, I got another segment, guys, and we're going to wrap it up. We've been going here for a while now. Hit the like button, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Great way to support the show is go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. One of our tiers is the Submit an Article tier. This has been submitted by Crafty Geek, who's been supporting the show for quite some time. World faces COVID-19 vaccine apartheid. Even countries that hosted vaccine trials like Argentina, South Africa, Brazil, and Turkey will not receive adequate supplies. Now, this was in The Intercept, which this article is pretty good. The Intercept still does some good work every once in a while, but they become way more neoliberal. And then they, get part of the Democratic bullshit thwart Medicare for all thing, and they went after Jimmy. So they can kind of go fuck themselves, but this is a good article to talk about, and I'm glad that it was submitted. Because what this article is going to go into is showing how, and sadly, this has been happening for a long time. So Pfizer and other companies have tested the COVID-19 vaccine on people in like Brazil and these countries that are listed here, Africa, South Africa, Argentina, Turkey. But then they don't get the vaccine first. And I'm going to go into it. But yeah, we can test people in these. There's less regulation. It's cheaper. So they literally use poor people as guinea pigs. Isn't for-profit healthcare amazing? We treat people as less than just for money. Wow. In the middle of a pandemic. Yep. This is how we operate. This is how evil capitalism is. Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla recently heaped praise on the almost 44,000 people who selflessly raised their hands to participate in our trial. In those countries I just listed, South Africa, Brazil, Argentina, Turkey, 44,000 people helped with the trials. I will edit that out. They help with these trials, and then that means they'll get the vaccine first. No, good luck. Meanwhile, rich dicks, the United States and Germany, along with Canada and the rest of the rich dick union, have contracted for enough doses of various COVID-19 vaccines to inoculate their population several times over. Wow, it's good to see good old-fashioned European colonialism still at play. When they came to these countries and conquered the indigenous people and tested stuff on them and spread diseases that wiped them out. This is just the modern version of this. We'll test you with our vaccine because if anyone gets sick or dies or has some kind of adverse reaction, there's no lawsuits. And then you won't even, so we're going to treat you as less than. All the rich countries get it first. We test it on the poor countries, give it to the rich countries. Oh, gotta love these pharmaceutical companies. They're our heroes. The U.S. pre-purchased 100 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine for $1.95 billion in the summer and reportedly passed on the opportunity to secure another 100 million doses. That was another clusterfuck by dumb fuck Trump. Trump is an idiot. I'm glad he's gone. Biden is not much better. He's a worthless piece of shit. Our two-party system sucks. Just so we got that out of the way. They both suck. Thank you. On the same day that sent this open letter, Bourla, whose net worth is estimated more than $26 million, sold more than $5 million worth of his shares of Pfizer stock. So while people are dying, he's profiting. But I'm sure he's going to use that profit to give it to charity, right? Yeah. He'll write some check for $100,000 or something like that. He's not going to give the whole $5 million. He's already worth $26 million. Now he's going to add another $5 million to profit during a pandemic. Remember now, insulin, polio vaccines were free. The scientists that came up with them gave the patents out for free because it was better for society. Today, we stick it to people, CEOs profit. You can't get a $2,000 check, by the way, but this cocksucker just got $5 million. Awesome. Pfizer already made an estimated $975 million from the vaccine this year and is expected to earn another $19 billion in revenue from the vaccine in 2021. Yes, we need a vaccine. Yes, it needs to happen. Okay, these companies should be able to profit a little bit, but really what they should be doing is giving out as much of it as they can for nothing or next to nothing. Not making record profits. People are starving. People are dying. People are facing eviction, and they're profiting. Just so we're all clear. Just so we're all clear. In developing countries, you find people who don't have medical care and are desperate for medical attention. Oh, exploiting desperate people. And will grasp at the straws of medical research, said Harriet Washington, a medical ethicist and author. Go test it on the poor people, man. Then what are they going to do? And if they get sick, they can't sue us. You know that those words were said in a boardroom with these idiots. You know it. These companies are awful. And by the way, the reason we don't have free healthcare in America, they have it in all these other European. They've had it in Europe for 70 to 80 years. Because they just wouldn't have as much a profit. A relative lack of oversight and lower operating costs are some of the reasons that pharmaceutical companies do the majority of their research in less affluent countries. Hey, less oversight. There are inherent inequities that are repeated in every epidemic, said Washington. It is a consistent pattern. You'll see it go as far back as you want to go. How awful is this? Like, is this the country and the world that we want to live in? Stick it to poor people. Test something on them. Who cares if they die because they got no legal recourse. There's nothing they can do. Let's make sure it's tested on them and then we'll give it to the nice rich people. Test it on mainly people of color. Give it to countries that are predominantly white. Gilead, which holds the patent on the hepatitis C drug, Sofosbuvir, has provided a clear and tragic illustration of how deadly the dynamic can be. Only about 1 in 7 people who needed the company's life-saving drug in Brazil had received it as of June 2019. But they tested it on the Brazilian people. It's a life-saving drug, but only 1 in 7 people in Brazil get it. Oh, Brazil people, there's a lot of people in Brazil are poor, so we can't make money off of it. That's obviously what they said. That's their business model. Money, 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 profit, profit, profit. Medicine used to be about what's good for the people, what's good for society, what's good for the country, what's good for the world. So now it's just like monsters. These are just for-profit monsters. Are they worse than Mengele, those Nazis? I mean, it seems like it. The international vaccine distribution effort is hindered by the global power and wealth imbalance. The inequities are easy to address, she said. You simply treat people in the developing world the same way you treat everyone else. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy there, Susie Socialist. We can't treat everybody equally. Because that sounds like something like, I don't know, maybe Jesus would do, Muhammad would do, Buddha would do. I don't know. Gandhi? I don't know. Seems a little Soviet to me, helping everybody out. What do you got, a good heart? What are you, a decent person? What do you have, a soul? Wouldn't it be great if we lived in a country that actually lived by this mantra? We don't. We stick it to poor people all over the world through this stuff, through bombing them, through sanctions. Poor people in this country, you live on the street, you don't succeed. It's not like, oh, wow, America has failed. It's like, oh, you failed at capitalism. You didn't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's why you live in the street. Really? We're facing 30 million evictions. They're coming. They're coming. But Pfizer's going to make $19 billion in profits. Let's hope we get the vaccine. Are we going to have to pay for it? So if you can't afford the vaccine, how do you get it? You simply, I hope you can hear this, ruling class folks, and neoliberals who get in the way of lefties who want this. Liberals claim to want this, but then they always stand in the way of us lefties who are trying to accomplish this. Conservatives are just like, I don't care about anyone else. I'm a selfish, greedy asshole. And yet they claim to be Christians. You simply treat people in the developing world the same way you treat everyone else. And we could apply that to America. You treat people living in tent cities the way you treat everybody else, with dignity and compassion, and try to help them. Thanks for watching the show. Like, share, subscribe, support what we do. Ooh. It's hard to make the world a better place when there's a bunch of greedy assholes in charge, and then a bunch of people who've been so propagandized, they literally support greedy corporations. They won't force the vote for Medicare for all, which would save lives. They don't demand that the vaccine is free to everyone in the world to save lives. Money, money, money. I'll keep talking about it. Thanks for watching. Follow the money, connect the dots, find the truth. Boom. The good, the bad, the internet. The global south is the victim of capitalism once again. Color me shocked. In the words of Tim Dillon, just stick a needle in the third world and see what happens. Yep. It's horrific. Burn your guillotine 2020. Medicine patents and medical IPs are violence. Yep. Let's see if there's any super chats I missed. Beyond balance, 3, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. I think capitalism works in many ways. The issue arises when companies have a conflict of interest. Their profits directly equate to the detriment of society, healthcare, military, human trafficking, etc. Yeah, I don't think it works, because all of the things you just explained are just all of the awful part of capitalism. Bernie or Guillotine 2020. No, capitalism is built on an inherent conflict of interest. Management wants labor for the least money, for the most hours. Labor wants the exact opposite. Right. Absolutely correct. Sing something as Pelosi? Okay. I'll sing something as Pelosi. Graham, do you have the source on the Dems and the Senate voting against the 2000? You can just go for Senate vote. There's a couple articles, but you can go for Senate votes. See who voted on that. Just do a web search of that, and you'll get the Senate's official website, and it shows each vote. It's a matter of public record, and it'll say these people voted for it, these people voted against it. Show your mom that site, because even an article, she might go, well, blah, blah. Show her this is the government site, the Senate's website. This is how they voted. All this stuff you can check, man. Cabinetvotes.org, that site too. I'm going to sing It's Easy Like Sunday Morning as Nancy Pelosi. Richard Smith, Nancy gave AOC, Porter, Tlaib, and Bush spots on oversight. Of course. Of course. So they got to play ball. Easy Like Sunday Morning. I'm going to sing that as Nancy Pelosi. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Oh.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get an iPhone 12 with 5G on us on every single plan. Switch now.
Okay, so let's do. This is for you, Gina G. Yo, Gina G. Oh.
Hi, I'm Nancy Pelosi, and I just want to sing this song for everybody. Every hardworking American, this song's for you. I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know, I've done all I can, helping hardworking Americans by voting against $2,000. I begged, stole, and borrowed. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like an ice cream fridge. Oh, yes. Why in the world would anybody not put ice cream in my freezer? I've paid my dues for 3 freezers. Everybody wants to be me, what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. Oh no. That's why I'm easy. Oh yes. I'm easy like voting for Trump's military budget. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like for voting for Trump's border wall. Yes, for the American people. Wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free. The things I do are right. I'm always right. I wanna be free. Just me. Whoa, baby. Oh. That's why the Democratic Party is a big tent. A big tent of sellouts and corporate Democrats, big wine caves and big ice cream fridges, that we can help the American people by giving them a 25-cent coupon at an ice cream store. We're helping the American people by not giving them Medicare for all. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like blocking Medicare for all. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy by blaming Republicans for everything. 'Cause I'm easy. Just like Mama Bear on Vogue. 'Cause I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. The Democrats are helping working Americans every day by not giving them $2,000. That makes Americans work harder. I'm Nancy Pelosi.
That's our show, everybody. Thank you, Gina G, for that. Oh, easy like an ice cream sundae. Bernie or Guillotine 2020 shaving knuckles with just I sound like a strip club DJ. Not that I've ever been in a strip club. One time I went in there for directions and like $1,500 fell out of my pocket. I was looking around for like 5 hours. That's why I'm covered in titty glitter. True story. Jeremy Chase. Did you know Anna used to open for Jimmy's show back in 2014? Been a fan of Jimmy for a while. Of course. Of course. It's another example of how Jimmy has helped all of these people out and then they turn on him. He's saying Anna's praises. He's saying TYT's praises. When he saw criticisms of them, he held his tongue. He let Anna open for him. He's done all these things. He had AOC on his show. He had Nomiki Konst on his show. Like, what more does he have to do? And now he wants to force the vote for Medicare for all, and he's the problem. They're weasels. They're weasels. They're climber, sellout, soulless weasels. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, this is what people in show, this is like show business crap. You help like a younger actor, comedian, and then they get famous and they forget about you, whatever. This is like, they're doing the same thing. They think they're so much better. It's unbelievable. Good night, Cat B. That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. 667 likes. Outstanding, everybody. Boy, we've been really crushing it. We've been having better live streams and everything. It's been really cool. Yeah, Jimmy had Cenk on a show to campaign. We let Cenk open for Ron and I. We were doing a show up in Santa Clarita in the district he was running for Congress last year. And we let him open our show just to talk to the crowd real quick. Wasn't a big crowd, but we were like, absolutely. We've helped them out at every turn. It's unbelievable. They're unbelievable, man. Thank you so much, everybody. More views than Anna last night. Ah, snap. Ha ha. Yeah, Cenk was on Jimmy Dore show early 2020. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, thanks for doing the show. I'm going to be live tomorrow. Not sure when. I'm going to have Thursday. I'm going to have Tara Haddad on because we're going to talk about the Assange case because Tara Haddad was in the court on Monday or Sunday or whenever. Yeah, Monday. And also the bail hearing is Wednesday. So Tara Haddad's going to be on this show Thursday to talk about that. Wednesday, I'm not sure when I'm going. Yeah. I'm easy like Saturday morning. Get that music bundle. Go find it. You got it, kids. Thanks for making Gotham great again, everybody. Shave your knuckles for justice. Follow the money. Connect the dots. And remember, I'm easy like Saturday morning.